All right, guys, we're back for another YouTube video. We are here at Destination Dallas today, hitting some chest, shoulders, and triceps, and a little bit of quads at the end. So we got a Texas Pro this week, or this weekend, Friday and Saturday. So a lot of people are here, or people are just starting to show up this week. So I've already seen a couple people here, and I'm looking forward to seeing a lot of faces that I don't usually see around here. So it's gonna be a good time. It's a lot of people in town. This Texas Pro this year, I mean every year, super stacked, the lineup, open, classic, and even all the female divisions. It's super deep. So looking forward to it. It's gonna be a great weekend. All right, so we're back at our first exercise. I came back at the end to kind of go over sets and reps because we forgot to film it. So I'm filling you guys in now. So for this, I do 3 sets, 3 working sets. Every set up to that is just warm-ups. So first working set's heaviest. Second working set is a little heavy. I drop the weight a little bit, and then the next set I make it a little bit lighter. So I like to stay within my two heavier sets, 8 to 10 reps, and then after that, anywhere from 8 to 12 reps. As long as I'm within those rep ranges, I'm happy, because this is like the meat and potato exercises, because these are the presses, you know, building the most. It's recruiting the most chest fibers in this. And recruiting more muscles, triceps, a little bit of shoulders. So this is probably one of my favorite incline presses, just the way it presses. And since I have a wider frame, you know, it goes very wide and it converges. So it just feels very good on my chest. The way it kind of like, when it comes up, it like scoops up. It just feels good on my frame. I really like it. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like doing barbell incline on the Smith machine, but you know, this just the way the machine moves, and as it like curves up and converges, you know, it's just very good for at least me. All right. 1, 2, up. All right, good. I got it. I feel good. I think my body composition's decent, and I'm happy with it. I'm leaner. The last time I was almost 295, I was a lot fatter, so I'm definitely bigger and leaner now. So going into the off season bigger and leaner than I was last time, and basically just starting the off season at 285. It's really good. It's a really good indicator that since the show I put on good size, and I put on good size because end of July, beginning of August, I was like 295 last year, and I'm 292 right now. So a couple pounds shy, a lot leaner, a lot less water on me. And so definitely all good indicators that my body has made some good progress in the past year, even though I was prepping. So that has me excited going into next year, because, you know, even if I get to that 300 pound, you know, I'm just hoping to, because I've never hit it, but I don't really want to. So if I hit that 300 pound or more, you know, it's a good indicator that I've made good progress. And then rolling into next year, you know, by the time we start prepping in like December, that I know I've made a lot of progress, and then that when I actually do come down, I'm gonna see a big difference, you know. So I mean, the biggest difference we're looking into for next year is a lot more thickness here and in my mid back, you know. The judges told me, they're like, you're a wide dude, so you've got the structure of a wide guy. You know, we like the look, we like the muscle you have on you, but we just need more filled in. The width it has to fill in. So I need to be thicker here, and then in my mid back I need to be thicker. And then they said overall size too, I could just come up a little bit more, but I think I held my own pretty well against, you know, I placed that top 3 at Detroit against Blessing, which is an Olympian, multiple pro wins. Same with Mo, he's been in Olympia twice now, or 3 times I think. This will be his third, I think. He's had multiple pro wins, and you know, these guys are in their late 30s, and I'm in my late 20s. So it just makes me happy knowing that, okay, I can stand next to these guys and I can hold my own. So going into next year, you know, I have high expectations for myself to, even if I can't win a show, you know, at least hold my own and place well against these guys. So, you know, that's my whole goal with this off season. I just got home and I went in the backyard. I called him. I see him something in his mouth, and then he like puts it down and then walks towards me. And then he went back to pick it up. I was like, what do you have? He said, put it down. He put it down, or he brought it to me, and it was a baby rabbit, bro. It was like literally the size of my palm. But the back, its whole back and leg were like flayed, like skin off, like fur removed, and it's still alive. And I was just like, oh my gosh. And I'm like looking at it, I'm like, is he breathing? And the rabbit's still breathing. So I like tried to like put it on its like 4 legs, and it kept falling over. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, so I was trying to like help it. And I was like, okay, like maybe, I don't know how the rabbits work. Will the fur grow back? Because it wasn't just like this like base layer of skin, it was like under the skin. And it was brutal, bro. So I was hoping he was just, because he was breathing kind of heavy. So I like put him under a tree, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna put him here. And I set him on like his 4 legs, and he was like balanced, but he really wasn't holding himself up. I was like, okay, if he hasn't left by the time I get out of the shower, which I was in the shower for like 10 minutes, I rinsed off, and then I went back outside, bro. And he was covered in ants by the time I went out there. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And because I was gonna try to nurse it, bro, but I think it was just like, at that point, it was nature doing its thing. Like, I couldn't even do anything at that point. And I felt so bad, but I'm like, my dog just killed this little baby rabbit. Fun things you get to deal with when you have a Doberman. Dead animals all the time. He's brought me dead birds, which I don't know if he's killed them, but we've been out in like big fields in the woods. He just comes back to me with like a bird in his mouth. I'm like, oh, another dead animal, thanks. He's like, look what I did, Dad. I killed this thing and I brought it to you. All right, guys, so second exercise, the flat hammer strength press, one of the best hammer strength pieces in my opinion, you know. Really like this, it converges very well. You get a nice, good contraction in your chest. If you're asking me what the better exercise for your chest is, and it's any kind of flat, I'm gonna pick this one over like a dumbbell or barbell or anything. You just, being able to keep you in the exact same plane of motion, you know, under controlled resistance, you know, it's not a free weight, you know, you're able to load it pretty heavily onto the muscle, and you're not really having to worry about stabilizing, which, again, there's nothing wrong with doing dumbbell presses. They're proven to work and they work great. But, you know, if you're really trying to like isolate the chest, I think this is just a great option for isolation, you know. And that's really what I'm trying to do. As I do most of my exercises, I'm trying to isolate those specific muscle groups as I train them. So this is one of the better flat presses that you can do out there. Just number one, because it converges. Converging is great for any pressing movement. And then for this, we're gonna do 2 sets. One hard, heavy top set, 8 to 10, and then the next one, 8 to 12. So kind of similar to the incline press that we just did before this. Thanks, man. Just makes it a little bit The other 25 that was stacked on top makes it too high, but I need it a little higher than where it is naturally, because like just the more muscle you have on there, just, you know, it's harder to get deep in that stretch, and I don't need to get that deep at that point. It's in my shoulder joint, so it's just a little bit safer, and you know, then I don't need somebody to spot me to get the weight up. All right, so this is the third exercise. This is a press that I like to finish with. It's the Nautilus Explode press. So it's just a vertical press. It converges what you want for your chest, or what I definitely need, or what helps me a lot, is just converging movements. And it's harder in the shortened position. So when I'm squeezing at the end right here, it actually gets a little heavier. So that's what's really cool about these Nautilus Explode pieces. They're really, really good pieces, and wish we had more of them. Brickhouse Gym in Denton, they have like the whole Nautilus Explode line. It's really cool. So this is one of the really cool pieces, and this one's a little beat up, but it still gets the job done. So I just do 2 sets here. First set's like an 8 to 10 heavier set. I'm gonna back off a little bit, try to get 10 to 15. So those are like the rep ranges that I work in from both the working sets, whether it's the top one being lighter rep or lower reps, because I'm trying to, it's a little bit of heavier weight. And then the back off set, I just lighten the weight up a little bit. And then I do more reps just to get a little bit more stimulus to the muscle. Stuck. I feel like I got decent shoulder mobility. Yeah. Even with a pump, you know, I don't have any issues doing this. Like, what was that?
You ever like punch?
No, I don't usually have too many shoulder pains. I warm them up pretty good, and I think that usually happens when you don't like take care of your shoulders as much. Like, do as many warm-ups as you need to do. Like, usually you see that with people that like go straight into the exercises that don't warm up. He's 9 weeks?
Yeah.
You got him early.
Ollie. Bubs.
He's got it. He's got it. What a cutie.
Yeah, breeder gave it to us at 8 weeks, and so he's been doing great, man.
Little nibbler.
Oh, every night on the ankles.
Oh yeah, they'll come. I remember my Doberman, man. They're just like, they'll bite anything and everything.
Yeah, for the next 4 or 5 months. Hope well, probably longer than that, but we'll see.
Oh, it's like it's usually till the puppy, all the puppy teeth are gone.
Yeah.
And then they stop biting a little
I
bit.
think that's around that 6-month mark, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
He was in here yesterday. Dude practically fell asleep with all the clanging and banging. So.
That's good.
Just trying to get him used to the
Yeah,
environment.
get him used to all the loud noises.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. If I can take him around here and around like downtown areas and just be chill, that's my goal. So.
Oh yeah. Get him used to the other dogs and what is it? Getting them versed in it very early.
Yeah,
helps.
socialize.
Yeah, socialize very early. It helps so much, man.
Yeah, so far so good, man.
He's so cute.
Appreciate it a lot. Thanks, buddy.
All right, so on this, I do a cross cable tricep extension. I like to do 3 sets here. Usually, first couple sets, lower reps, and then in the last set I'll do higher, so like 8 to 10, and then this one I'm gonna try to get like 12 to 15. I lowered it a good bit. So, I mean, at the end of the day, as long as you're sitting there and you're getting a really good contraction, and by the time you're done with the set, if you have a really good pump, that's kind of a good indicator that you did well on that set. And if you go to failure, you're pushing everything you got. So today on my push day, I only do 2 sets on this one because I'm gonna go and I'll go on a cable and I'm gonna do standing single arm lateral raises right after this. So I do 2 sets here, usually 10 to 15 reps. I don't like doing low reps on a lateral raise just because, your lateral head really, I just like pumping blood into it. I don't like I like doing enough weight to where I can get those reps, but when the weight's so heavy that you get like 8 to 10 reps, it almost seems like the bigger my delts get, the more strain it puts on my shoulder joint. And I want to stay away from that. And you can grow your delts by staying in the higher rep ranges, and you don't really need to go 8 to 10 reps like you would on a squat or stuff. So that's just like what I like to do. So higher rep ranges for this, and then a higher rep range when I go do the single arm right after this. All right, now, like I said, we're doing the cable side laterals. It's a great exercise over like a dumbbell because you're able to keep the tension all the way at the bottom right here and all the way to the top, same amount of tension. So it's a really good exercise if you don't do these. I wouldn't say you have to stop dumbbell laterals because those are a great exercise as well, but they really just work from this motion right here. They don't really get too much of the resistance down here, but still a great exercise. But this is just another exercise you can incorporate to help your delts grow even more, or your lateral head of your delt, just by being able to get a really good stretch at the bottom and then still a good contraction at the top. But for this, I'm just doing 2 sets, like keeping it 10 to 20 reps really, just whatever is a good rep range where you're feeling like a good amount of blood going in there and still being a little bit challenging. Delts, like I said, are just one of the muscle groups that I like to keep more, not super heavy weight, but more moderately heavy, higher reps. We're doing some good old push downs now. 3 sets, rep range is like 10 to 15. This is just one of the exercises. Like, I like to go heavy on these, but I've been keeping it lighter because if I go too heavy and I'm not doing some type of supported push down, it's just too much on my midsection, and I don't like putting that much resistance on this. So I've been keeping it a bit lighter so it's not too heavy on my midsection, and I just push down and really just focus on the squeeze and just shooting blood into the triceps. All right, now we moved on to the 2 quad movements we have. It's literally just 2 sets of leg extensions, 1 set on the press or the leg press. So we're just really targeting just a little bit more detail on the quads. I want my lines to be harder and deeper. And then on the leg press behind Devin, it's a Nautilus Nitro leg press. We're gonna do a single leg press. So it's almost like a hip press, but we'll be doing it 1 leg at a time, focusing on the sweeps, that glute ham tie in. So that's kind of like the angle, knee to the sky kind of thing. So that is what the focus will be when we move to that. So for the leg extensions, we'll be at like 12 to 15 reps. Weight's a bit lighter. I'm going slower, focusing on the squeeze here. So that's kind of what we're sticking to here. Lighter weight because my leg day on Saturday is my day that I hammer quads really hard. So this day is a little bit lighter, just getting a little bit more for the quads. All right, so what we're doing here is a single leg press. If you have a hip press, very good option, or if you have a hack press, it's a very good option as well. But for now, we're just using this one. I don't get the best knee flexion on this, just with how high the foot pad is, but when we're really trying to build the sweeps, your best option is a nice close stance, knee going well over the toe. I would suggest doing some kind of vertical pressing, like the hip press, a hack press, even though a hack press isn't super vertical. It still hits your quad very well. So what you want to do is you want to be able to line your foot up very close. And I prefer this single leg because you can really focus on the sweep. So I like to keep it like right under my glute, right in line, toes slightly turned out. And when I'm pressing with the outside of my foot along here, like so. Knee comes up over the toe when I come down, and I'm pressing through that side of my foot, and it's gonna light up that full lateral head. You'll feel it a little bit in your glute and your ham tie-in as well. And when you come down, the big thing is controlling it as you come down and pressing with control as well, and just keeping that tempo. So about a good, as you come down, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So that's what I like to do. So I'll count 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Instead of just coming down and pressing really hard. When you press really hard like that on this or any movement, you'll start to recruit the whole quad, which isn't a bad thing, but when you're really trying to isolate a muscle, you want to focus on going slower, because then you're just really going to be able to have that mind-muscle connection and really focus on pushing through that muscle, focusing on the cues, going slow, pushing slow as well, and then pushing with the outside of your foot, allowing the knee to come over. So those are just a couple tips that I like to do to help my lateral head of my quad, because I really need that. And that's all, folks. We just finished our workout. It's a long one. It's a push day with a little bit of quads. So my quads are dead just from those 3 sets that we did. And my chest and my shoulders and my triceps are pretty smoked. So that's what we want, right? You know, my chest is a big weak point in my physique. So we got to bring that up. We're hitting it twice a week right now with a good amount of volume. I think total a week is like 18, 19 sets total, which is a good bit for your chest and being a smaller muscle. So doing everything I can to grow it. And I'm recovering pretty well from it. So everything we're doing is working. Corey Linder has been doing my training, and he's been designed it. You know, I've helped him kind of tell him what works very well for me or what has worked, and he's kind of tweaked it in his ways a little bit. So we've come together since right before Detroit Pro this year, and he's really just helped me dial in my training. You know, I think that was just the next step to just getting a little bit better and to just improving my physique a little bit more. So just doing everything I can, you know, with training and nutrition and the important stuff like recovery, you know, getting body work done regularly every week. So we're just doing everything we can to improve. So that is the workout for today. I know it wasn't a crazy long one or super in-depth one, but you know, I told you guys we'll be getting YouTube videos out every other week at least for now. And then as prep kicks off towards the end of this year, we're going to start cranking them probably every week and just get very regular with the schedule. But I hope you guys enjoyed this one. You know, like I say in all the videos, leave down in the comments if you liked, you know, what you guys want to see more of. Don't say full day of eating, because I know that's what everybody wants to see all the time. When my diet changes or more food comes or more food gets pulled back, I'll let you guys know what I'm eating, and we'll do some more full day of eatings. But in the meantime, for any other content you guys want to see, training related, you know, recovery related, anything bodybuilding related, or, you know, maybe even some personal life stuff, just let me know, you know, and I'll do my best to get some content out for you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy, it'd mean a lot to me if you left a like. And if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe. You know, it really helps a lot. The more you guys feed into the page, you know, the more it supports me, and then the more support I have, the more content I can push out. So I really do appreciate it, guys. So thank you so much for watching. See you guys in the next video.